Hi, boys and girls. I need to be really brave because I've heard some scary things coming from the story box today. Shall I be really brave? Shall I? Ooh. Goodness me. Okay, I'm going to open it. 1, 2, 3. I'm too scared. Shall I open it? Okay. 1, 2, 3. If I get you out, do you promise you won't eat me? He promises if I get him out, he won't eat me. It's the big bad wolf. Big bad wolf. Why are you in my story box? He says, have you seen a little girl walking through the woods? She's got a basket with things in and a red riding hood. Are you looking for Little Red Riding Hood? Big Bad Wolf, please be nice to Little Red Riding Hood. Shall we see what happens? Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time there was a small girl called Little Red Riding Hood. She lived with her parents beside a deep, dark forest. In a cottage on the other side of the forest lived her grandmother. And in the deep, dark forest lived a big, bad wolf. Grandmother's poorly, said Little Red Riding Hood's mother one day. Please take her this cake, but don't stop on the way. So Little Red Riding Hood set off through the deep, dark forest, and she looked all around, and there wasn't a sound. Then who should she meet but the big, bad wolf. Good day, my dear, growled the wolf with a big, bad smile. What are you doing here? I'm going to grandmother's to take her a cake, replied Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf had a plan. Wouldn't your grandmother like some of these flowers? He smiled. What a good idea, said Little Red Riding Hood, and she stopped to pick a bunch of flowers. Meanwhile, the wolf sped ahead through the deep, dark forest. At last he arrived at grandmother's cottage. I'm hungry, thought the big bad wolf, licking his lips, and he knocked at the front door. Hello, grandmother, growled the wolf. It's Little Red Riding Hood. That sounds more like the big bad wolf, thought Grandmother, and she quickly hid under the bed. The wolf went in and he looked all around, but there wasn't a sound. Then his tummy rumbled. No one's here, he grumbled. Never mind, Little Red Riding Hood will be along soon. Quickly, the wolf put on Grandmother's dressing gown and nightcap. Then he hopped into bed and pretended to nap. Hee hee hee, he snarled. Little Red Riding Hood will never know it's me. Soon, Little Red Riding Hood knocked at the door. Hello, Grandmother, she called. It's Little Red Riding Hood. Come in, my dear, growled the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood opened the door. Oh, Grandmother, she gasped. What big ears you have! All the better to hear you with, my dear, growled the wolf. And Grandmother, what big eyes you've got! All the better to see you with, my dear, growled the wolf. And Grandmother, what big teeth you have! All the better to eat you with, my dear, roared the wolf. But as soon as he crept out of bed, Grandmother's nightcap flopped right over his head, and he couldn't see anything. Quick, down here, whispered Grandmother, and she pulled Little Red Riding Hood under the bed. Just then, a woodcutter passed by the cottage and heard a growling and a howling, and he dashed inside. With one swish of his axe, he killed the big bad wolf. The woodcutter looked around, but there wasn't a sound. And then out crept Little Red Riding Hood and Grandmother from under the bed. And Little Red Riding Hood said, Mother was right. I'll never stop again on my way through the forest. The end. Oh, what a lucky escape they had from that big bad wolf. One thing that we know at preschool that Little Red Riding should never do again is pick flowers in the woods. We never pick flowers that we find out in nature, do we? That's not good, because once they've gone, they've gone. So it's lovely. Now it's spring and you go out on your walks and you see all these flowers. It's a really, really good just to look at them and not to pick them. Maybe you can smell them. See if they smell nice too. Okay, bye everybody. Bye.